I think I finally figured out why my drawings look lifeless, and I'm gonna show you what I did to fix it. So we're gonna start off with this drawing here. This is a screenshot I took of one of my drawings for my Lunar New Year calendar that I'm currently working on, and it's still in the early stages. And while I don't think it's a bad drawing, I think it's actually, proportions are good. The angle is good. I think the ambiance is good. The color palette is good. What could you do to make this more immersive? What could you do to make this more lively, more alive, feel more real, have more story behind it? You know? Now watch what happens when I do this simple thing. Do you notice how much more alive and immersive and how much more context just adding that one little object, that ball, just adding that ball, what it does to the entire story, to the entire concept of this piece in general? It like fills in the blanks. It fills in the story for you without having to do much else or having to add a whole new character or a whole new setting or anything. Just adding one object, one little object that tells a story all on its own, helps encapsulate the art and the story together so much better. This piece right here is still not finished, obviously, but you can tell that there's so much more story and immersiveness behind it. First of all, the color temperature, the values, the movement in the story is so much more alive. You get a deeper sense of what time of day this story is being taken place in, where it's being taken place, how long it's been. Just so much more peaceful because of the warmth undertones. There's a lot more clarity behind what's going on and further context to that. I think I'm trying to get back to the basics of remembering lighting, the values, the color temperature, and environment. How much more these things play a role in a way that even body language and expression can't always express. In an art piece where you have a broader view, you're going to have to use the elements surrounding the characters because it's a broader view to share more of the story and show more of the story and the feeling and the atmosphere. Even just simply adding the ball in this piece already says a lot, but having the ball in a moving body of water, but it's really gentle and calm, and having those little ripple effects just shows like a very serene, peaceful environment where there's no. I have another example I want to show. Okay, so this is another drawing I've been working on. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched Zootopia 2, this is a reference to Zootopia 2. So what I wanted to share with you precisely is this is what it looked like before. And once again, I don't think it's a bad drawing. I think I was really pushing myself to think of creative scenarios, more dynamic sceneries. And obviously, I think this is not bad for what it is. But again, it doesn't look very full of life, or it just seems very still and calm, which is what I was going for, and very romantic and intimate with it, which is what I was going for. However, if we wanted to improve it a little bit, it doesn't take much effort at all. Okay, so I really quickly blurred up the reflection and, adjusted some things, but immediately there's more movement and more life into it. You see what I mean? I added these petals that were, I don't know if you can see, but in the movie, she's wearing a yellow headband made of flowers. And I thought that would be the perfect opportunity or the perfect thing I could use to create more movement in my piece. And so what I did was I had the petals be the movement, even if the actual characters aren't moving. And for the final movement, I suppose, is one of the petals falling into the water and messing up the reflection and creating ripples in the reflection. And immediately, I think it just livens up everything. It just elevates it so much more and creates more. It makes it seem more immersive, as if you're actually in it. The moment feels more alive. I think that's what I'm going for, is to make it feel more alive. And it's hard to like explain this and really like push myself into this direction. But I'm trying really hard and I'm pretty happy with my progress. So, yeah, I hope this helped, and I hope you learn something, and hopefully we will learn more stuff together. Yep. Okay, bye.